Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're plunging headfirst into the exhilarating, often unpredictable world of football news. We're drawing from a fresh stack of recent Google News excerpts. If you want to know what's truly moving the needle in the beautiful game, well, you're in the right place.
Definitely. Our mission for this deep dive is really to cut through the noise. All the constant churn of transfer rumors, surprising off-field dramas, big financial shifts. We're here to distill the truly important insights, helping you grasp the why and the so what behind these headlines without all the usual information overload.
Okay, let's unpack this then. We are absolutely still deep in the Premier League transfer window, and the spending is just, wow, staggering. It's already shot past $1 billion. $1 billion. And we still have, almost 2 months left? 50 days or so?
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah. And what really jumps out is Arsenal leading the charge. They've got this incredibly aggressive win-now approach, nearing $200 million already, and there are strong links to major signings like Victor Gyökeres and...
Yeah, Christine Mosquera too, right?
Exactly, Christine Mosquera. It feels like they're trying to win the summer before the season even properly kicks off.
Well, it's more than just spending. It's like a strategic arms race. What's fascinating here, I think, is the immediate ripple effect it creates across the entire transfer market.
Yeah.
You look at Brentford, for instance. They're potentially offloading Brian Mbeumo.
Right, linked to United, Spurs, Newcastle.
Yeah, exactly. Big names sniffing around. But Brentford aren't just sitting back. They're already eyeing Ipswich's Hutchinson as a possible replacement. So this isn't just about, the big clubs buying players. It's about a highly interconnected ecosystem. One move instantly triggers a whole cascade of other strategic decisions down the chain.
That ripple effect is undeniable.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And speaking of interconnected moves, it seems Manchester United is creating their own complex web, especially in the striker market. They're linked with various big names like Ollie Watkins, Benjamin Sesko, Dusan Vlahovic. Lots of talk there.
A lot of speculation.
And we're also seeing reports of some genuinely clever financial maneuvers saving them millions in this window, which, let's face it, is pretty crucial in such an inflated market. And then, switching leagues slightly, there's the huge confirmed move of Luka Modric, leaving Real Madrid after, 13 incredible years, joining AC Milan. That's a big one. A true legend making a monumental change.
Yeah, Modric's move really signifies the end of an era at Madrid. But as you highlighted, this deep dive isn't just about who's moving clubs. Here's a headline that really makes you pause. Axel Tuanzebe. He's suing his former club, Manchester United, for alleged medical negligence.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. This raises an incredibly important question about player protection and club responsibility, stuff that extends far beyond just what happens on the pitch. It sort of speaks to this growing awareness of athlete welfare as a long-term issue, not just about immediate performance.
Definitely a serious point.
And on a different but also serious note, we've seen Notts County's Macari facing charges for betting rule breaches. That kind of thing always brings the integrity of the game into question, unfortunately.
It certainly makes you wonder about the long-term implications, how clubs manage their players going forward. And speaking of off-pitch drama, maybe slightly less serious, let's talk Club World Cup. Chelsea celebrated their victory, secured a huge chunk of that massive $1 billion prize pot. You'd think that's the end of the story. Pretty straightforward win.
You would think. But if we connect this to the bigger picture, the aftermath of that tournament had this absolutely bizarre twist. Apparently, Donald Trump reportedly kept the actual trophy, leaving the Chelsea stars baffled with a replica.
Wait, really? The actual trophy?
That's the report. My jaw literally dropped when I read that. It's almost too wild to believe, isn't it? Yeah. And it perfectly illustrates how unpredictable the news cycle can be, especially when sports intersect with celebrity and, politics in these really unexpected ways. It also stands in such stark contrast to the financial struggles some other clubs are facing. You see reports about Sheffield Wednesday and Hull City.
Yeah, that's true.
It really highlights this growing sort of two-speed economy within football. Massive wealth over here, and real deep struggles over there coexisting.
It's clear the football world is just constantly in motion. A dynamic, sometimes strange, mix of on-field prowess, high-stakes finance, and plenty of unexpected human drama playing out both on and off the pitch.
So what does this all mean for you listening? Maybe consider this. When you take all these individual headlines, from the staggering player transfers and these strategic legal battles to bizarre trophy sagas and these widening financial gaps, when they all converge, how do they collectively shape the future narrative and maybe the public perception of the world's most popular sport? It's certainly a lot to mull over.